Hello, hopefully a short video here today. Take the first chapter of Colossians, verse 15. He is, Christ, the image of the invisible God. Christ is the image of the invisible God. If we flip over for a moment, let's look at Daniel chapter 3. This is Nebuchadnezzar and his golden statue. Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold, and then he set it on the plain of Dura. Then, by the command of the king, everyone who did not bow down and worship this image was thrown into the fiery furnace. You all know the story. This is the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So what Nebuchadnezzar is doing here is he's establishing the foundation of this nation, Babylon. Now, God has given him this power and this position. He's given him this sovereignty and authority because of the sin of Hananiah the false prophet in Jeremiah 28, who broke the wooden yoke off Jeremiah's neck, and God replaced it with an iron yoke. So Nebuchadnezzar is ruling over the entire world, including the birds of the air and the beasts of the field. This was what Nebuchadnezzar was given. And the way that he established his kingdom, he establishes a religion in his kingdom. And this religion is to bow down to this statue. It doesn't say what the image is, but he is to bow down to this image. What this is then is a picture of how the heavenlies work, how God has ordained things in the heavens. Here, back in Colossians 1, we see that Jesus Christ is the image that has been set up by God the Father with the exact same command. Bow down and worship this image. Christ is the image of the invisible God. What's extremely interesting then is we go back over to Matthew 13, verse 50. It says, going back a little bit to 49, the angels will come out and separate the evil from the righteous and throw them, the evil, into what? Into the fiery furnace. So part of Nebuchadnezzar's success, if you want to call it, was that he was inspired by God to operate through the heavenly principles, and he paralleled the kingdom of God that was to come through his own fleshly decree of setting up an image, demanding worship, and all who would not would be thrown into the fiery furnace. It's therefore no wonder that when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are thrown into that fiery furnace, yea, though I make my bed in the depths of hell, you are with me. And Nebuchadnezzar was so enraged that they wouldn't bow down and worship him, his image, that he commanded the furnace be heated 7 times hotter and threw them in. And yet their bonds of rope were burned off, but their clothes were unsinged and did not have the smell of smoke. In the midst of that fire, Nebuchadnezzar saw 4 men walking around, the 3 Hebrew boys and the pre-incarnate Christ walking with them, because Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom was only a cheap carnal copy of the true kingdom that was to come.